Dun 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 dun. Hey everybody, welcome to TPIM SR Live. I'm your host. True power is mine. Today's date, October 27, 2019, the year of our Lord. Don't forget, you heard it here first. Hey, they're setting up for the final attack, yeah. On this episode today, we're going to break down the method to the madness. We're going to break down exactly how they're going to achieve this. Let's first start off with the feminization of men. Now, this report is coming from Brother Nick. All right. Many of you guys know who he is. You checked out his channel. Super cool guy.
These are all demons. Demons playing a very key role trying to cause mass confusion and just chaos and confusion. Let's read.
All right, let's
Peace, love and light, my star family. I know it's been a while. I'm back with another video. Just by the title, you guys can read. GQ magazine's new quote unquote new masculinity is men in makeup and dresses.
Now, once again, GQ stands for gay and queer. I'm just playing. I don't know what it really stands for, gentleman or something. But they're all ultimately showing their true colors. They're letting you know what they're about.
Now, I'm not sure. Now, this is something that just can't be swept under the rug again. This is clearly an agenda that they're pushing towards young and impressionable men, young boys, whatever y'all want to call them, young adults. But this is a part of the brainwashing that's taking place. And I don't think y'all are really seeing what's going on right now, but I'm going to keep reading, but it gets deeper. I'm not sure who asked it to, but GQ magazine has used its November issue to redefine the modern man.
They're redesigning the modern man as the old woman. Brother Nick, there he is right there, yeah. There's Brother Nick right there in the house. Peace and power. Love and light to you, brother. Respect and dignity and liberation. Sister Kathy, welcome to the show. Peace and power. Now, Brother Nick is breaking it down. I love the way you bring, he just doesn't stick with chemtrails or this, that. He goes all over the place. Because this affects us all.
Man, who GQ?
Brother Gregory Bird, welcome to the show. Peace and power.
Has used its November issue to redefine the modern man. It's put a bunch of men in makeup and dresses and called it the new masculinity. Hell no. Well, who gave them the right to define what masculinity, new masculinity?
Who gave them the right is their gay overseers. The people running the show. They're not really running the show like that, y'all. But they got the paper to back these damn publications, to back this craziness, to back this dysfunction. Jason, welcome to the show. Peace and power. This is what we're up against, y'all. You think it's some old boy in a truck with a shotgun and a hound dog? You're sadly mistaken. That brother couldn't help you even if he liked you. No, we're up against people in suits and ties in academia, in high research places. That's who we're up against.
And a modern man is. We don't agree with that shit. I'm guarantee any man that's going to watch this video will probably agree with, like, what the fuck? What is this shit? GQ stands for Gentlemen's Quarterly, but gentlemen are a toxic brand in the post-Weinstein world. Well, yeah, I'm not going that. And just don't sell as many overpriced clothes, watches, and aftershave as it used to. Hence why GQ appears to be trying to distance itself from the gender that's been buying it for decades. GQ is only adding to the confusion because this new masculinity looks like old femininity. And frankly speaking, if anyone at GQ thinks men in makeup is new, then they should go and watch some heavy metal from the 1980s.
Or look at J. Edgar Hoover. Look at all the Hollywood actors, male, who had to jump in a damn dress to get on. See, they creep this thing along, y'all. They just don't bust this out like a jack in a box. There ain't no ding, 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 pop. No, there ain't none of that. It's insidious. It's very slow. It's very creeping. It's like, have you guys ever walked out your house, right? And you see a little creeping vine, like maybe creeping up your gutter or maybe creeping up your, your siding or whatever. You don't pay it no mind. Whatever. You come back a couple of months later and that damn thing's grown all over the place. That's how this agenda works, y'all. They know they can't just drop it on us because too many of us, hell, doesn't know. So what do? Take their time. Get with the children. Get the children on board. So then you will have to face a situation. Mom, Dad, this is what I choose. I'm not going to date Barbara. I'm going to date Barry. Come on, y'all. And this is why the notion that homosexuality is some sort of race of people is absurd. How can you be a race of people you can't even procreate? Any human being of any form. Come on, let's continue this.
The glam rock and glam pop, that era of rock and roll type shit is still gay. Shit. And then you have Pharrell. Well, look at Pharrell. Look at this. What kind of shit is this? Because you sit up there and just one day you wake up and you look up and see your boy, little Jeffrey comes in the house with this shit on.
Yes, they are. Hold on.
He wants you.
Yes, they are, Sister Barbara. See, they always beta test everything on us, and then they're going to go mainline with it. You see. How many brothers look up to Lil Pharrell there? Oh, I want to be like him. I want to be rich. Of course, they don't realize the implications of what they got to do. Put on a dress and act like a woman and little sissy. What kind of mess is this? The reason why I'm bringing this out isn't to bash homosexuals. It's truly not. It's to show you that this is not about homosexuality, because don't forget, that is a personal decision. So the person decides that. What these people are doing is called propaganda and trying to convert or coerce people into this lifestyle. They're trying to say that if you want to be successful, young black man, you're going to have to shay. If you want to be successful, young black man, you have to forget about traditional pride. You want to be successful, young black man, you got to let that old man go up inside you. Brother West, peace and power. Welcome to the show. As a man, I find that this intolerable. Now, if you want to be a Fruit Loop, be a Fruit Loop. That's on you, man, or in you, or however you want to view it. But don't come talking to me with this damn jazz. See, that's why I don't be buying no stupid ass magazine like that anyways. Gonna sit there and try to make you seem like you gotta be a shay-shaying around here to get somewhere. This is toxic as toxic can be.
To accept him being like this. What the fuck?
Yes, brother.
Don't
Nick.
say, "Oh, I have an old way of thinking," and it's
brother Nick. You got an old way of thinking, just like me. Listen, if I was to take a poll of the men up in this chat room right now, hey, y'all, do you think it's cool to be, putting on high heel shoes and run around here like a chick? Y'all gonna be like, hell no, because you guys are 100% on the real. But you get these old funny fools. Oh, they chilling. They all eating right now. That's why it's somewhat quiet. They all eating. But listen. And welcome to the show, Sister Love. Peace and power. We have to recognize we are under attack. I'm not saying they're dropping bombs on you, man. I'm not saying that. Not yet, anyhow. Now, that is to come. Best believe that. But I'm saying right now, we're still in the mode that we could do something if we only fucking united. If we only organize and take back the city hall, take back the county seat, take back the state capital, and then take back the nation. In our case, it'll be taking it for the first time, but the other citizens will be taking it back. Because I don't think any of you guys really want to live in this dystopian world that's coming. Do you really want to live in that world where they can put a chip in you and know what you're thinking? You really want to live in that world where they'll put a chip in you and know if you can pay right then when services are rendered? Let's continue this. Brother Nick's report.
Okay, what's wrong with being gay? No, that's not.
I'm sorry. All right, let me tell you what's wrong with it. All right. Now, you can take this anyway. If you happen to be a homosexual and you're listening to the podcast right now, I'm sorry. But here's the consequences. One, STDs. Now, you can get that through regular, normal, whatever. That's true enough. But we have to admit it is a little more higher when you look at the actual numbers in that community. You can also look at the physiological changes the body goes through, right? Dr. Short told us that when these homosexual porn stars do their little deal, they typically don't make it past 30. 30, y'all. Now, you saying that's normal? You saying that's cool? And then for those who do make it past 30, let's say they actually make it to geriatrics or senior age. When I was a young man, I worked at a nursing home, y'all. No sweat off my back. It was money. I didn't make money. I actually had to wash the laundry in there. I did their clothes. I did it for like maybe 6 months. There was a man in this nursing home, an old white man, who was a homosexual. Everyone knew. The nurses knew it all. His problems was he had massive lower GI infections and issues due to the type of sex he indulged in. His asshole was basically hanging out. And prior to him showing up to the facility, because I saw him after he had been there for like 2 years in the facility, but prior to him showing up to the facility, he had home healthcare aides, and it got to such a degree of problems that they had to put him in 24-hour care. The deal with that, every dude that was working up in there, right, this old dude, because he's still talking shit, would try to fire on these guys, like fire on or hit on them, hit on these dudes. Even though he's old and he's messed up physiologically, he's still trying to get down. Brother Bird, peace and power. Wave dipping, peace and power. Welcome to the show. You see, when you look at the end of a thing, I'm not saying that's the fate of all homosexuals, because I don't know all homosexuals. All right. That's just one that I witnessed. And trust me, when his bedding would come in and shit, they told me put on fucking double gloves. If they had a respirator, they probably would have gave me that bitch too. It is a choice, y'all. No, gay people are not aliens. Let's just take the aliens. Now, aliens are responsible for a lot of shit. True enough. But gay is just a choice. And you know what? In a free society, you should have that choice. I'm not saying you don't have the choice. Brother Shannon, peace and power. All I'm saying is, why do I have to be a participant in your stuff? All I'm saying is, leave me alone. Leave my children alone. Don't try to weasel into the schools with your bullshit. Let's talk about homosexuals' agenda, or let's talk about homosexuals' contribution to the United States and all that jazz. Leave that shit out. Now, you can make your little gay movies. I don't have to go and see them. You can make your little gay songs. I don't have to listen to that. But when you're bringing this shit to my home, when you're bringing this shit to my face, And the only reason why you're bringing it is so that when the shit hits the fucking fan, instead of me fighting and dying for my babies over here, I'll just be like, maybe I can get with the enemy. Maybe if I put on this little dress, the enemy will spare me. Some old weak ass shit like that. It's only here in this capacity to demoralize the fighting spirit of men. When you get to the point to where you'd rather go down on an enemy instead of taking them down, then that's a problem. Let's continue with Brother Nick.
Right. Being gay is counterproductive in the community, in the society. So how does that extend the community when one of the guys it might possibly be fucking all the other guys? Just hypothetically speaking, it don't make sense. It don't work, and it goes against nature. GQ editor Will Welch has this message for all those men out there who didn't even know that they needed redefining. Who like I said, who gives them the right? And the people at GQ must be gay.
Of course. If not gay, they're just money hungry. You see, the reason why this show isn't blowing up, whatever, and it's blowing up, but not because of them, but in spite of them, it's because you real people out here don't want to hear this bullshit. You real Brother Derek, welcome to the show. And I'm not even going to bring in spirituality on this or religious doctrine. None of that. I'm just going to bring straight nature and common sense. Now, if I sit here as a man and says to myself, look, I don't want to be no father. I don't want to be no husband. All I want to do is lay around with some dude all day, screwing him. How does that help society? I mean, after you and old boy's done, there's nobody there to replace you to. How does that truly help society? This is the point to where we're at, yeah. Now, this first portion of the show, I'm showing you the effeminization. I got a report that a confidential informant sent me, and we're going to go into that after Brother Nick's report. And it's only 7 minutes. All right, let's continue.
Only reason why this shit will come out.
Close that door back there, baby.
Then they got little boys and girls all participating in this pride activity. I don't care if this video gets blocked or banned, but I'm just keeping it 100. This is all part of freedom of speech, but they're gonna block it.
Brother Nick, freedom of speech, but you got to be careful what you say, man. Now, if you would have jumped on this video and said, hey, it's cool to be a pillow biting rump ranger. It's cool to be, walking like you're funny. You have something shoved up your backside. Yeah, this video would have more than the views and likes it has. Absolutely. But because you're a strong brother, and I'm going to take my hat off. Because you're a strong brother. Here's my hat. I don't know if y'all can see it up there. There's my hat. Taking it off. Letting y'all know. I salute you, man. Brother Cobra, welcome to the show. Peace and power to you. This is what we need, more brothers like Nick to take a stand and say, look, man, I know you're going to crucify me, but you know what? I don't care. You may call crazy about me. You know what? I don't care. Because Brother Nick did not disrespect nobody. He ain't used no F-A-G-G-O-T word or none of that. He's been very respectful in his reporting. But they still won't give him a play because he's trying to free people instead of sending them down butt fuck alley. Let's continue.
That's being bullied, but this is not normal shit. There is no masculinity in any of this. Fuck that. New nothing. This is bullshit. This is just another way to like I said, brainwash the new generation, up and coming, impressionable generation that's coming up. Yep. Impressionable. That's the word.
Yep.
All this BS. Welch also says traditional notions of masculinity are being challenged. This is the classic view of a man who shares a bubble with the 5% over 95%. I have absolutely no doubt that there is some man who will be grateful that a magazine has given them permission to show off their feminine side. What the fuck? The majority are just trying to watch the football and
Wait, what the fuck? Hold on, I gotta replay what he just said. Listen closely, y'all.
absolutely no doubt that there is some man who will be grateful that a magazine has given them permission to show off their feminine side.
You know what your feminine side is, bud? Your feminine side is going to fucking work, busting your ass, and then turning your money over to your people, your kids, and your woman. That's your feminine side. Going out here, making a way, and then providing nourishment for your family. That's your feminine side. Your masculine side is going out, kicking ass, getting what you need. You don't got to put on no fucking dress. You don't got to put on no fucking high heel pumps. You certainly don't have to degrade yourself by being some dude's sex toy. But all that don't matter, Brother Wes. All that don't matter, Brother Derek. Because this isn't about liberating people. It's about getting them prepped for the final crushing. Let's continue.
What the fuck? The majority are just trying to watch the football in their pants. Don't get angry. That's just a metaphor. Look at see like this whole article. Like, I mean, I will leave the link in the description, but I mean, this article, it don't make no damn sense. Makes no sense. But yeah, this is what the current world
right there,
is.
right there. Oh shit! Oh shit! Where was
like,
I?
Who? Yeah, we don't. Who? Like I said, who gives them the right? And the people at GQ must be gay.
Hold on.
There is no masculinity in any of this. Fuck that.
Hold on. I got so excited. I clicked off where I was at on the video, but I want to talk about what Brother Wave just wrote. It's not enough of us on the street, or it's not enough of us on the ground rebuking this shit in the streets where we see it on the subway, on the bus, walking around at the mall, etc. You know the reason why, Brother Wade? They got the environment now. If you was to say this, in reality, you're a hater. Oh, you're a bigot. You know what I'm saying? When on all actuality, no, you want to stand up for the impressionable. You know, there are some human beings out here we commonly refer to as children that don't know no better. They see that, oh, this is the way to be, so I'm going to be this way. Because don't forget, at the end of the day, the kids just want money so they can buy the junk. Why do you think all these fags want to be somebody's mentor? See, I don't need to run out and look for a fucking mentor. I got 4 of them right here that needs a mentor. When you don't have babies of your own because you've been too busy whacking off or whatever the hell it is you're up to, and then all of a sudden you feel like your information is so worthy, that's when you want to start finding mentors. But then because you're such a perverted freak, you can't just tell these people some good shit and leave it at that. No. You got to literally run up in their shit. Catholic priest. You have all kinds of Boy Scouts, troop leaders. All they are is booty bleeders. All right? So keep that. Let's continue.
That knew nothing. This is bullshit. This is just another way to like I said, brainwash the new generation, up and coming, impressionable generation that's coming up. Impressionable, that's the word.
Yes, that is the word, BS. Brother.
Well, it's all,
you know, they're impressionable for a reason. Because you, Mom, and you, Dad, are supposed to be putting the impressions in this child. Why do you think this shit got so far whacked? They used us black folks during civil rights to be fucking crushed, beaten, bitten, water hose. So then once we lay down the path, then they can come troll-a-lopping through. Aren't you tired of being cannon fodder for everybody from small hats to fucking fags? Aren't you tired? I'm sure the hell am. We get all the abuses, but none the benefits. We get all of the beatings, but none the privilege. Right now in California, a faggot could walk by, a black-hating, nigger-hating faggot could walk by and call me a nigger. Fuck you, nigger. And if I call him a fag, I'm going to be the one dealing with legal ramifications. I mean, the motherfucker could be in drag or whatever. He could, fuck you, nigger. Or whatever. And I'm like, fuck you, faggot-ass bitch. Next thing you know, I'm fucking dealing with the fucking law. That's the world you're living in. That's what you're up against. Let's continue.
Also says traditional notions of masculinity are being challenged. This is the classic view of a man who shares a bubble with the 5% over 95%. I have absolutely no doubt that there is some man who will be grateful that a magazine has given them permission to show off their feminine side.
Hell to the no.
What the fuck? The majority are just trying to watch the football in their hands. Don't get angry. That's just a metaphor. Look, see, like this whole article. Like, I mean, I will leave the link in the description, but I mean, this article, it'll make no damn sense. Makes no sense. But yeah, this is what the current world is.
Solution, Sister Kathy. Solution's this here, sister. You all make some fucking babies. You men and women, you hook up tonight and you create a baby so that we can get the numbers to stop this nonsense. That's the solution. Once you get the baby, you raise that baby to be normal. And yes, I use the N word, normal. There's nothing wrong with being normal. Man and woman hooking up, making babies. That's what it's about. Now, you just want to lay up for the next 60 so years or however long you may live, having unreproductive type sex. That's on you. But don't be spitting this garbage out as if that's the normal way to be. We all should know very few people actually make it in the entertainment biz. All the reports about the directors grabbing people and molesting people, oh, that's true. Yeah, the call-in line's open. Hold on. Let me punch this call-in line. 636-209-5044. Call-in lines are open. Absolutely. Let's continue with Brother Nick.
Is heading towards a whole society that's basically opposite of what contrary it has been since the past, hundreds of years, what it's always supposed to be. What there is no femininity in men. We're supposed to be hard and tough.
It better be hard.
We can't raise future men to be.
Hold on 1 second. Let's replay what he said. You better be hard and tough. Let's go.
We're supposed to be hard and tough because we can't raise future men to be soft and weak and crying. And just this right here is just another way to add to that
Sister CJ, peace and power, unity and victory. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you caught the live show. Brown's in the house. Peace and power.
Situation, like I said, making them weak, making them our boys soft. This and
there it is. There it is. They're making our boys soft. Why are they making the boys soft? Well, some of them want to fuck the boys, but for the most part, they're making them soft. So when the goons come into the neighborhood, the goons come into your town, the goons come into the city, the boys would be too busy trying to put on makeup and mascara to look pretty for these motherfuckers instead of lock and loaded motherfuckers. Somebody's going to die. That's why.
Girls, too. Making them opposite of what our men supposed to be. We're making the females more tougher than the boys are most of these days. In most scenarios, you see. I'm not saying all, but with all of this going on.
Oh, Brother Gregory, right there. Acceptance to get chipped. Think about it. How many of these cats, with and I don't advocate the transsexual killings and all that, but what's going to happen when they start billing to these boys and girls? If you get chipped, we can GPS you, and no harm's going to come to you. So you mean I can shay and not have to worry? Yep, there it is.
I'm going to end this article video right here. I'll leave the link in the description this time. I won't forget it this time. But yeah, this is the fate of the world. These are all demons playing a very very key role trying to cause mass confusion and just chaos and confusion. That's all that it is. Stay woke. Don't fall for nothing. Don't don't fall for these games. This is all just an illusion. This is all fake. I mean, if y'all wondering why I haven't been making videos as of recently, I've just been sitting back, observing, watching. But yeah, this is definitely. I'm surprised we don't have that many people talking about this. I bet you a lot of people are in support of this because they're so brainwashed and so stupid. I'll say that y'all stupid and brainwashed because it's just terrible. But I'm going to end it right here. But like I said, we can't show no emotion because we got to let things play out the way they got to play out. So, and at that, you can't lose no sleep. I'm going to end it right here, my star family. I love y'all. Infinite peace, love, and light.
What a great report. Nick is just one brother out there in the wilderness, trying desperately to wake up other brothers and sisters to the chemtrails, to crystals, to powers, to overall health and wellness. But he's not getting no play or no love. Certainly not from YouTube. And the reason why is because YouTube has an agenda. YouTube has a goal. And that goal isn't to see you guys free. That goal isn't to see you prosper. That goal is not to see you thrive. That goal is for y'all to sit your butts down, watch the little twerking videos, watch the little World Star videos, watch the little dysfunctional videos so that YouTube can make all this money with ad revenues. That's all it's about. Barber hygienist, welcome to the show. Peace and power. That's all it's about. Now, Tate brings up the transhumanist aspect, and you might want to think about getting an upgrade if you're in this situation. Hold on one second. Oh my goodness. There it is. Hope you guys can. Oh, no. Hold on. All right. Trump administration's controversial cuts in the food stamp program. See, if they can't make you a bitch, they're going to make you physically weak. In July this year, the Trump administration proposed a change to the rules that governs who is eligible for Supplementary Nutrition Assistance Program, aka SNAP, commonly known as food stamps. The new rules will prohibit states from expanding who is eligible for the program beyond the so-called federal baseline, which is $33,475 for a family of four, which isn't a great deal of money to live on, or 130% of the federal poverty level. Here's the kicker, y'all. We live in the richest country in the world, yet we still have homeless. We still have babies going to bed hungry tonight because I believe in Florida trying to reinstate convicted felons to vote. This is why I keep telling you, you don't have to worry about what's going to happen to America or any of these other punk ass countries because in a minute they won't exist. They will not exist. How many times must I go and show y'all the 22 trillion? And by the way, the food stamp program as it's set up, it's only 2% of the federal budget. 2% goes to feed the workers who feed the people who work at Boeing, who feed the people who work at DARPA, who feed the people who work at the FBI, CIA, who feeds the people who work at the Supreme Court and work at the White House. You see how this is why I wanted to do the show tonight. The spirit was moving me. When you look at the Trump administration, and in reference to the SNAP or the food stamp article, this is for his base to feel good. Fuck those deadbeat bums. They're not going to get your taxes and they're not going to get your food. This is the disconnect that we're talking about with the damn Civil War coming. You have a portion of the citizenry that's doing great. They got the money. They're okay. That's cool. But they don't want you to have shit. That's how an enemy behaves. That's not how citizens supposed to behave. That's how you behave towards your enemy. Fuck you, motherfucker. You could starve, bitch. So then when the next war comes around, we need to start drafting people. You're going to have a bunch of malnourished faggots that you're going to have to script some sort of army from. Good luck with that. And then when that all happens, all these motherfuckers are doing good. They got a little something. And when they get overrun by the enemy, I hope they work your motherfucking asses to death. Oh, I do. Because I already know I'll be gone. I'll be long gone before all this happens. But I hope they work your motherfucking ass to death. I hope you live a long, long time. Under federal law, anyone who earns less than 130% of federal poverty level is eligible for SNAP benefits. About 40 million Americans rely on food stamps. 40 million rely on food stamps. The program accounts for approximately 2% of the federal budget. I mean, we're spending more fucking money on probably bullshit, setting up museums in other countries or doing some sort of cultural awareness for other countries than we are for the poorest part of this country. Under the proposed rules change, the U.S. Department of Agriculture estimated that more than 3 million people in 39 states would lose benefit. There's going to be 3 million motherfuckers hungry as fuck. And what do you think they're going to do? Do you think, brothers and sisters, these 3 million people are just going to sit there and starve to death? Now, if you own stock in private prisons, it's going to be a great time for you. It's going to be a celebration. Because these 3 million people are going to start doing petty ass shit, getting in trouble, and next thing you know, their asses are going to be in jail. And guess what? You won't pay for them. You won't give them what they need outside of jail, but your motherfuckers are going to pay for their asses inside of jail because they're making them McDonald's uniforms. You know, the McDonald's that you like to go buy and stuff your face with the GMO bullshit and grease and fat and sugar. Every way you look at this thing, it's only leading to a weak, disunified citizenry. And the only purpose to develop a weak, ununified citizens is so that when that army comes through, it can wipe these motherfuckers, move out. The policy firm's mathematically estimates on average large number, more than 6.3 million would be negatively affected. That's more than nearly 75% of households projected to lose benefits lives in poverty. The motherfuckers are already poor, so you're going to say, fuck you. Fuck you. What's going to happen when 3 million people mobilize, if they can? And they more than likely won't. Because don't forget, even though they may all be poor, some are white, some are black, some are Asian, some are Hispanics, probably no small hats, but they're ununified. Critics assert that the Trump administration proposals changes will be detrimental to the health and well-being of those affected. In other words, they acknowledge, yes, it's going to be detrimental for these fools to be over here starving, but we don't really give a fuck because we got our money. It's going to be a celebration, y'all. Sister Barbara, the Joker movie tells you what is going to happen. More insane people. Yes. Well, we all know, Sister Barbara, if a child does not meet the nutritional baseline through ages like newborn to 5 years old, that causes mental developmental issues later on in life. Calories are needed more than just building a strong body. You got to have calories to build a strong mind. And you know how this country loves to dumb down a motherfucker. Now they get to dumb you down and weaken you down in the same stroke. How about that, folks? Philosophically, the policy appears to be inconsistent with Trump's administration's stated goals of granting states more autonomy in their decision-making and administration of social programs. See, he tells that to these stupid motherfuckers to get them hyped up. States' rights issues already been determined, yeah? It was called the Civil fucking War. States talking about, we have the rights to hold these niggers and slaves. Federal government's like, the fuck you do? Killed a bunch of motherfuckers to prove their point. But that shit don't matter, does it now? That shit don't matter. All those dead men on the battlefield don't mean shit. You know the reason why it don't mean shit? Because none of us are coming out of our houses saying, hey, this is bullshit. Hold up, y'all. We live in a republic, not a democracy. We live in a republic that guarantees all citizens rights and privileges, not a democracy that can go from when somebody's in power and when they're not. It just blows in the air. That's the danger of touting this democracy bullshit over the Republican strength. Not Republican in the party, but the Republic as a governmental ideal. Because the Republican Party don't like you either, nigger. And I didn't say nigger for a reason. I said nigger. Because that's what they're looking at you as. And even some of you poor white folks, niggers too. They may hyphenate that shit and call you a white nigger, but you're still a nigger. We have better ways to fuck up. If not, then you know what? We've all been warned by me and others. We tried to bring you the information. You hear it. Oh, this is something cool to talk about by the coffee shop or by the water cooler, something cool. But when those bombs start dropping and body parts start flying around, don't you fucking come running to me, because I tell you right to your fucking face, I told you motherfuckers it was time to reunite back in the day. No one wanted to do that shit. So you die where you die, I'll die where I die. Because death is the end goal for the majority of us. By their standards. That's what they want to see. They want a world free of you peasants. Brother Brent, welcome to the show. Peace and power. If you ain't rich, then you're a nigger. Yes. Yes, Barbara. White's an attitude. If you don't got big bucks, you can't do the attitude. And a lot of brothers and sisters are realizing this point. But then that comes to stage 2. There's so much racial divide, many of us can't work together. Man, fuck this motherfucker. Some of us giving up so much hope, they just want the whole motherfucker to burn. Fuck it all. The U.S. Secretary of Agriculture, Sonny Perdue, defends the rule change. I'm sure Sonny does. This thing, since all these government fucking guys are all getting handouts and kickbacks from lobbyists, why do we pay them a salary at all? No, seriously, why do we pay them a fucking salary? They're going to get their money through inside stock trades. They're going to get their money through lobbyists. They're going to get their money after they leave office and become a part of some corporation. They help secure grants and whatnot. Brother Justin Jones, welcome to the show. I just saw your name there. Peace and power. We have to understand humanity first, human first. Fuck a corporation and fuck some little subgroup. Because if we don't, or more importantly, if we won't, the only thing you got to look forward to is a death at a hand of a very unempathetic human being who happens to have some sort of power or technology greater than your own. I keep on saying they're going to come knocking at your door. Knock, knock, knock. But in reality, it's just going to be a drone flying overhead dropping bombs. Like delivering Amazon packages. Nope. Drop a bomb on those motherfuckers. Drop a bomb on this motherfucker. Drop a bomb on that motherfucker. And that's that. Presumably, the loophole Purdue is referring to is to set. Wait, is the set of unequal eligibility rules for SNAP across the 50 states. In other words, apparently some people can get SNAP in one state and they can't get it in another state. But here's the kicker. We all know that taxpayers subsidize Walmart workers for the most part. We all know that taxpayers subsidize fast food workers for the most part. We all know that taxpayers subsidize all non-full-time employees across the board in whatever industry you want to talk about for the most part. We subsidize them by their health care, by their housing, and by their food. So that they can continue to work for these slave-driving, non-paying motherfuckers. Now, when you look at the agricultural business, traditionally, it relied on free fucking labor to make a buck. And then when they stopped the free labor bit, they called it sharecropping. We're going to share the crops. But you're going to do 100% of the fucking work. We're going to share the crops. But when it's time to look at the book, I ain't going to let you see how much money I'm taking these crops to the grain elevator. So whatever the fuck I pay you, you better accept. Y'all didn't give a fuck about that. Fuck them sharecroppers. There was no movement to save the sharecroppers, bring them up to a livable wage. Because you know the reason why? You bring them up to a living wage, guess what? That apple costs more money to buy from a store than it would take for you to grow your own fucking apple tree and pick your own fucking apples. There is the trick. So what am I saying? I'm saying if you want to be free, you have to internalize this one thought. Because you don't internalize this one thought, it's all bullshit. None are free unless all are free. None are free unless all are free. Anything other than that is bullshit. Anything other than that is merely a change of the hat. The same bullshit, just different people administering the shit. And it's high time for humans to ascend. Now, that's that. The food stamps. And let's go to what a lot of people want to know. Stock market volatility this week. Two days ago, review the stock market news, blah, blah, blah. Now, this is Market Watch. The global Dow down 0.62%, or down 0.02%. The futures is down 6.2, not even a full percent. So for the most part, this is the only thing I give a fuck about right here. Hold on. Let me, there. Oil. Oil is basically trading at $56.72 per barrel. All right. The reason why that's important, whenever oil trades on the global market, because we all should know oil trades in dollars, the petrodollar. That's what's really the backbone of this whole economy that we enjoy here in the United States. But there's another player in the global market that oil is very important to, and that's Russia. If the cost of oil falls below $100 a barrel, Russia has some serious issues. This is what I'm trying to tell you, man. This World War III thing is being set up right before your fucking face, and you don't even realize it. Hold on. Let me ask Google so that you all can see. Does Russian economy suffer when oil trades at less than $100 a barrel? How does the price of oil affect Russian economy? When oil prices drop, Russia suffers greatly. Now, if Russia's suffering greatly, what do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're just going to, oh, comrade, we'll just starve in Siberia and freeze to death quietly? Oh, yes, comrade. Or do you think they're going to be like, listen, China, these Americans, they're fucked up. Let's take them out and let's carve that big fat pussy up for ourselves. Because right now, I'm to tell you, in many respects, America's a big fat pussy waiting to get fucked. Yep. There's a big fat pussy waiting to get fucked. And I think it's going to be not a double PD, but a triple PD. You got to throw in the Kaiser. You know how those Germans are into weird sex anyhow. That'd be right up their alley. Russia, China, and Germany. Gangbangs in the United States. Next thing you know, we're not just limping funny. We're cut up and redistrict funny as well. Now, to a lot of you nationalists out there, you guys don't give a shit. Oh, fuck it. I'd rather have a ethno state anyhow. Racial ethno state. That shit ain't going to happen, fool. Do you not understand? The same people that want me dead want your dumbass dead too. No, Pat, BRICS. Yeah, BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Yeah, they're going to play some parts in it as well. They're going to put a brick up our asses. Now, I have no love for China or Russia or any other fucking company or country. Because they're all abstract ideals with real life consequences. You all know in certain parts of the world, you could be put to death for some of the shit we be saying on this show. Straight up. But these things have to be said. If not, then you haven't been properly warned. Tomcat, welcome to the show. Peace and power. If you haven't been told, you haven't been warned. And part of the spiritual component, now I'll talk about spirituality now, to this whole deal, is a part of the ritual. I'm not going to say Illuminati. I'm not going to say NWO or none of that bullshit or Satanists, none of that. But a part of the ritual is to allow the people to know the method of their oppression. And as long as on some level we acquiesce to that, it's a wrap, baby. And I'm telling you, we're bowed down to it already. You bow down to it by accepting bullshit laws. You bow down to it by accepting corrupt politicians. You bow down to it by accepting government schools indoctrinating your children any old kind of way. Now, I enjoy life just like the next person. I like going to the park. I enjoy going on a canoe trip. I enjoy being able to travel, fill up my gas tank, going wherever I think I need to go. But whenever your way of life is predicated on someone being oppressed, living in squalor, living in frustration, dying in misery, there's fundamentally something wrong with that. Universally wrong with it too. That's why our collective karmatic debt is accumulating second by second. I know the last show was a very unpleasant show, especially when I showed the images of all the war dead, people who died due to combat operations, civilians mostly, women and children. Very unpleasant stuff to look at. But when you're sitting there stuffing your fucking face tonight in Pittsburgh, when you're sitting there fucking going out buying a prostitute tonight in San Diego, when you're sitting there enjoying all the land and all the good shit in your backyard down there in Houston, you better realize all that shit's predicated on some poor soul, maybe halfway around the world or totally on the other side of the planet, suffering, being annihilated, being victimized, so that some bitch ass corporation can get in there and steal those resources and make your fucking iPhone, make your fucking TV, make your fucking clothes. All that shit's building up, y'all. And when the debt collector comes a calling, there's not going to be anyone here to protect your sorry ass. And that's why I hope, and I sincerely hope, because many of us brothers and sisters who are on this wavelength that I'm on now, you already know when this first starts off, we'll be the first examples. What I mean by examples, people put down. But I hope the rest of you guys who sell out and buck and shuck for these motherfuckers, I hope you guys live a long time in captivity. Hope you live as long as a tortoise, working and toiling for that motherfucker, because you guys were too selfish to realize the only way for this thing to work, if we really want liberation, if we really want freedom, is for all to be free. Not just one little subgroup, not just one little nation, but all humanity. And I know that's a huge order because we have been divided so good. So good they've done their work. They've done a great job at dividing us. A great one. So therefore, our fate is what our fate is, and I accept it now. I want to fight it. I want to somehow change it, but I see now the play. I see now the game. I understand the goons and their dedication. Oh, we got to eat today. Fuck tomorrow. I get it. But the sad thing is, we could do better. We could be better. And I know at the core of my being, we are better. But only you guys out there in the world can prove me right or prove me wrong. Hopefully, I gave you all something to think about tonight. Please join me tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll be doing that at a normal time around 8-ish Central Standard Time. I got so much information to share with y'all. Ever since last week, all the tips and all the information has been coming into the email. That's truepowerismine@gmail.com for show ideals and tips. I want to thank you all. who have supported this channel, who have supported this show. You guys were there when the shows were excellent, and you were there when the shows bombed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Between you guys and the Most High, it gives me strength to get back up here on this microphone and give the truth as I see it. So this will conclude TPIM SR Live. Today's date, October 27, 2019, the year of our Lord. I ask you all to live your life of integrity without hate, envy, or greed. As always, brothers and sisters, let's please try to be kinder to each other. Peace and power and unity and victory. Respect with dignity and liberation. I'm out.